What's up, guys? My name is Rachel. Today I'm going to be giving you an honest review of Book Profits and Higher Path Ventures. Those are technically two separate things, by Luke Sample and John Shugart. So before I get into the review, I do just want to give you a quick intro of myself, just a little bit about me. A couple of years ago, I was in a job that I absolutely hated, draining my life away, not really making too much money. And I started investing in courses so that I could get out of that life and replace my income. Specifically, I was looking for passive income. And after a couple of years of some trial and error, 5 years ago, I finally landed on the thing that was my big ticket, which is digital real estate. So for the past 5 years, I have been building these silly little 1 to 5 page websites and then renting them out to business owners. So a more concrete example of this is, let's say I build a website that says, tree services in Nashville, Tennessee. I do really generic branding on the front end, maybe some stock images, basic SEO on the back end. There's no coding required. It's content-driven SEO. Within a couple days, I start ranking on the top sections of Google or different search engines, and I start getting leads coming in. At this point, I'll call up an actual local business owner and I'll say, hey, I've got these leads that I don't need. And we negotiate a deal that says they pay a flat monthly fee in order to have these leads funneled directly to their contact information. I've been making $10,000 to $15,000 a month doing this for the past 5 years. And the best part about it is that once I build the website and get a client signed on, 2 very easy steps, I pull in 100% passive income. So if this sounds like something you'd be interested in doing, you could check out the link in the description box below. Otherwise, I'm going to get into the review for today. So this is something that I've actually not really heard of before. I've heard of a lot of arbitrage things and reselling, essentially, is kind of the way I would look at it. So basically, it is book flipping, arbitrage, weird words basically to say you identify underpriced books, specifically like textbooks, and then you resell them on Amazon or other reselling platforms, maybe eBay. There's more than that, but and you mark them up, essentially. So it comes with a course and software. Those are the 2 different things that we talked about in the beginning. It has modules and proprietary tools like Chrome extensions, pricing scanners, things like that. And it's created by these 2 guys who have kind of been doing this for quite a long time, and they claim to be, quite successful, I would say. So this is super niche. Again, I have not really heard of this before. It's really a beginner friendly course, or for somebody who's more experienced in reselling or arbitrage, this could be something for you, as I would say personally, a side hustle if this is what you want to try. The one thing that I will say is the potential for a really high ROI or return on investment in this is, you have a high potential for that because you have just greater profits, I would say. Now, I am a little skeptical of the likelihood of getting a high or ROI or being able to do this on scale. As a side hustle, I don't think this is the worst thing ever. But trying to use it as a tool to have a full income, I am skeptical of that personally. And I also don't think this is a very passive income stream, simply because there's a lot of research that's involved, buying, listing, sending, there's a lot of moving parts to this, I would say. But again, if you want to do this as a side hustle, I actually think this is something that you can make decent money on the side doing this. And I think it could kind of be construed as maybe a fun hobby, I would say. I would not suggest this as a full-time thing for most people, unless you're super into books. But at the end of the day, the course seems like it's really well put together, and they have pretty good reviews. It's a very niche topic, so I don't think there's a ton of competition in this particular area. Personally, this is not something I would do. Again, if you're kind of more interested in what I talked about earlier, you can check out the link in the description box below. Genuinely, regardless of what you guys choose, I wish you the best of luck on your money making journey, and I will see you in the next video.